Are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? I understand.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us. Oh, gosh. No, I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us. Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now, but we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses, and he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this. Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition, I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're gonna be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands. There's a galaxy chock full of resources. The more data I have, the more thorough an analysis I can do. And if it sweetens... Okay, let's take a look. Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you... Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions.
I hope
Gardens
you are
out the doors there,
satisfied with the
if you need a
quarters
moment of
available
quiet
to you.
contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part. At least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here. So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself, within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full. Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
I am at your service, Captain.
Yeah, what is it? Whenever you're up for it. We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. Felt the same way when I started too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood? Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we? I trust you're still satisfied with your choice to join Constellation, Noel?
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
Bright young girl like you, there are no shortage of opportunities.
There are days that are tough, sure. But if I weren't here, I wouldn't even know about all the incredible things we're discovering.
We need to talk to John Tuala. Bye for now.
You mind if I ask you kind of a personal question, Walter?
I am at your service, Captain.
Dom's Roost has the best food in the settled systems.
You see that scientist out in front of mast, staring at trees, sounds upset? Whatever it is, it can't be that bad, right?
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed inside.
I hope you're not here to report something. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of my division's work. Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. You're taller than I expected. Oh, it wasn't a compliment. Just an observation. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. Take the Nat to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done. No. My parents would never have been so presumptuous. Every agent who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending approval, of course. I chose this for myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are. I'm the acting head of Aegis, the intelligence division here in Mast. I oversee all our active projects and agents in the field, and I'm afraid that's about as much detail as I can give you. You really should know better. Don't worry. Good luck with the mission. The fewer people there are thinking about Aegis on a daily basis, the easier my job is. You are, of course, welcome at any time here at Mast. Same as anyone. Just be aware that you are being monitored.
Howdy. I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the night.
You got that right.
Yeah, that's why I like getting out.
Ah, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
How's the investigation going? You know, Mast, headquarters of the entire United Colonies? I really should have... Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign? Well, I have you now, so I probably won't hire another person for a while. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know. Ah, if it isn't my... I've got nothing at the moment, but come back later, and I might have something for you. Let me know if you have any questions.
Keep your nose clean. Last thing I want. You will be scanned. As you enter the city, please keep moving. Feel the
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
I wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this. Yes, concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me? Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis. Can you imagine all the changes it's seen?
Mark my words. Someday I'll be running the Office of Interstellar Affairs.
Check. Rifle?
Got a call. Someone's power kept going out. Know what it was? You know I went to chef school. What?
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me? Okay, well, if I see any of those, I'll tell you. And you can tell me if you find any eggs. Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
whoever came up with bad, ooh, that jump looked painful. Doing that.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. I'm sure we have anything you might need. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon. Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found, trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why, what is it? Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we? I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about. Suit yourself. You mean besides providing a pleasant face for customers to interact with? It's all in the name. We distribute materials and products all around the United Colonies. Never a dull moment. Always something going on, and 4 other things we need to be ready for. I know some people don't believe it, but we really do the best we can. Wouldn't still be working here if I didn't care. Back to it, then.
I've met so many interesting people from working at the distribution center.
By the way, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Apparently he's got just one quiet day. That too much to ask for? UC Security! Stop right now! UC Security, you're under arrest. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge any additional information. Smart decision. Stand by to be transferred.
That was a pleasant change of scenery.
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble? I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk. Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back. You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner's ready, sir. you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. Not this time. So, let me see what we're working with here. It appears that you have a background in cyber running. Perfect. Information gathering is one of our top priorities around here. I also see that you've mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. Good. You'll find that I'm a stickler for details, and I'd hate to discover that your file is incomplete. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. Not for me. For yourself. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the Vigilance. Wipe the slate clean. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any cost that the operation will incur. Or you can throw all that away and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached. Of course you have a choice. It's just stacked in my favor. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else? Suit yourself. You know, I have to admit, I'm a bit surprised. My instincts told me you were the right person, but I suppose I was wrong. Alright, send this one to the lockup on Sidonia. Let them deal with the problem.
Next time you decide to break the law, how about you leave me behind? Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise. Maybe another time.
We run a tight ship here on Sidonia. Anyone who steps out of line, just because the governor's office is right there on the main level doesn't mean it's not secure.
Building Sidonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
There are no other surprises. Mid-5 figures.
5 figures? 5? Fine. Do it. Find me when it's done.
We're on it, sir.
Hey, let me know if we're going to head into the well, so I can watch your back.
Evening, sir.
I think I could live on coffee if I had to.
I wonder if I'll miss
It's a done deal. Our whole office is getting
Any luck tracking down those sensors? I really do need that additional data. So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. What a relief. Now, let's see. This is... Well, it's... Oh my.
This data, well, it's alarming to say the least.
Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to Mast immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Yes, it does feel good to be right. Particularly when others have attempted to convince you otherwise. Repeatedly. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
These findings are... The data from the biosensors speaks for itself. Let's hope that Mast takes these findings seriously.
That's the Galactic Banking Consortium. Or Galvin. The customer satisfaction survey of New Atlantis businesses ranked it. Al Bank in the top 3. A spokesman said.
Security scanners, chemical snails. United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
A diplomatic visa?
All right, let's get this crate into space. I picked up something you might be interested in.
Here, I have something for you. You're welcome. I picked it up on one of our latest planetary expeditions. I'm more than just an extra gun, you know. I'm just pleased I get to utilize some of my old field collecting skills. It's been a while. Check back with me from time to time after we return from our planetary jaunts. If I pick anything up, it's all yours. Frankly, I'm a bit surprised to find such a delightful spot in this rather drab city.
back in Sidonia. Ah, I cherish these visits to the forgotten corners of the United Colonies.
Center on P1 is a good place.
What do you mean there's no work?
Yeah, do you have any idea how far this from?
Look at this place.
Hey, I want to
can't
talk to you for
imagine
a
being
second.
cramped down here.
Some friends of
choking
mine
fumes
heard how
of
you
dust.
handled Sys stuff.
No trees, no
They,
grass.
want a word.
It's depressing.
No point. I've got nothing else to say. Everything you need to know is right here. Take it. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Take your time, and ask me if you need anything. I'm here to help.
Caution. Subterranean particle detonation
What do you want?
imminent.
I thought our transaction was
Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Don't want to catch yourself with a loose grip on your equipment.
Again, not everyone needs to come to me with their problems. I ain't a psychiatrist. He ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea. Oh, believe me, I've heard it. After about round 3 or 4 was all he would talk about. And he's got a voice that carries. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But,
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
it's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say? Come on. Life on Sidonia ain't hard enough. You gonna guilt trip me? Don't try to guilt trip me, okay? Yeah, I get your point. Well, maybe he's not gonna get found. I'm out the cash either way. That's enough. You either pay up or get out. I'm done talking about this. Let me confirm the amount. Okay, let's talk. Last time he was here, Moira kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs. All that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
How goes?
Hi there, friend.
Sometimes it feels like the UC forgets we're out here. But there'd be no UC if it hadn't been for Mars.
Sometimes I wish I could.
Captain? They call the Great Serpent, the devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us. No, but I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Varun ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our vanguard was heading to next. Easy. 3 ships to hour 1. We cut down to minimal ship power and creep forward. They might not notice us getting closer. But yes, worst case, we fight our way through. From the Sol system, out into the beyond, and touched your magnificence. That he learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised, and cast the accursed into shadow. They call the Great Serpent, the devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they... No, but I think I see there's a UC satellite beacon hovering. If we can get close enough to... Exactly. Oh, Great Serpent. Bless this communion, that we may walk in Janan Verun's footsteps. That he jumped from the Sol system, out into the beyond, and touched your magnificence. That he learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised, and cast the accursed into shadow. For the Great Serpent. we have here? See that cluster of ships? Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great... I'll let you guess what... No, but there's a UC Saturn. If we can get close... Easy. But yes. Oh, great serpent. Bless this communion that we may walk in Janan Verun's footsteps. Cluster of ships. Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent. The devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us. No, there's a UC Saturn. If we can get close. Exactly. Oh, great serpent, bless this communion that we may walk in Janan Verun's footsteps. That he jumped from the Sol system out into the beyond and touched your magnificence. That he learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised and cast the accursed into shadow. What do we have here? See that cluster of ships? Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent. I'll let you guess what happened. No idea. House Varun technically has... No, but I think there's a UC satellite. If we can get close enough... Exactly. Minimal ship power. Go slow. Oh, great serpent, bless this communion that we may walk in Janan Verun's footsteps. That he jumped from the Sol system out into the beyond and touched your magnificence. That he learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised and cast the accursed into shadow. Abandoned a long time ago, and the old star yards are crawling with spacers and other scavengers. Where the first interstellar ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever. Well, if you want to take a little detour, I admit I wouldn't say no. Just remember, we need to find Vanguard Moara and that artifact when we're done.
There's a huge difference between being prepared and carrying to... much.
What?
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest. There's got to be something less valuable you can drop.
Missed construction on your Constellation resume.
you weren't expecting a warm welcome. I have some tools in stock if you need any. It's crap. I ended up running the shop because I got hurt doing construction. The foreman's barely paying me half of what I used to make. If you have credit... Okay, have a good one. Construction's hard work, but it beats working at Chunks. Those kitchens are a real horror show.
Nothing wakes you up in the morning like the sounds of heavy machinery.
We haven't had an injury in 55 days. Don't break our streak.
Don't touch anything. I just want to take your fingers off. We're never gonna get this job done with brace mechanical tools. I know we should have gone with the arc light. Sorry, I'm on the clock. it's absolutely freezing here. Oh, I do not recommend extended exposure without our suits.